Now, you filmed this in South Africa.
Yes.
Now, you've been there before, right?
Yeah.
Remember?
Well, not to work.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I visited Mr. Mandela. I was invited to meet him. And
Well, how cool is that?
Yeah. I had breakfast with Archbishop Desmond Tutu and lunch with Nelson Mandela.
Wow.
And actually, when he came to the States,
Yeah.
the last time he came to California, came to our house.
Well, that's pretty good. Now, see, that's...
I'll tell you a funny story, too.
Yeah.
He'll be mad at me for telling this, but I'll tell it anyway. Sylvester Stallone, he lives up we're like in a gated community. He lives over there. And he wasn't invited. I would have invited him, but
Yeah.
we had about maybe 40, 50 people there, you know, and I had my children. I said, you can invite one friend, and, you know, Oprah Winfrey, different people were there. And the security, they had security helicopters like it was the president.
Yeah.
They're like, Mr. Washington, Rocky's out front. He's pacing. he's like looking in the gate. I said, should we let him in? I'm like, yeah, let Sylvester come in. They said he was outside looking sad. Like, man. Can you see Rocky?
Yo, Mr. Mandela, how you doing?
Mr. Mandela, how you doing?
How you doing?
How you doing? Yo, Adrian. It's Mandela here. It's Mandela over here.
And a good story, my nephew Thomas, he went to school one day and it was, you know, talk about your family day, and he was telling all the school kids that his uncle was Superman. And of course, the teacher then said, Thomas, look, we don't lie in school. We don't do that.
Right.
Sort of, I appreciate good storytelling, yes, but it's not a good habit to get into. And Thomas stood by his guns and went, no, but my uncle is Superman, and I swear he is, I promise. And so she got upset with him, he got in trouble, and then my sister-in-law was pulled aside when she was picking him up from school, and the teacher said, look, we don't encourage our children to tell lies in school, and I recommend that you would do the same. And of course, then she said, about what exactly? Knowing that Thomas he does tell tall tales. But she was all in. She's like, oh no, not again.
Right.
And then she went, she was saying that his uncle is Superman. She went, oh, I hate to tell you this. It's all true.
Right, yeah.
You should speak at Career Day.
I remember I'm afraid I'm going to tell the story, Chris.
No. Nothing happened that night that you can say legally in public.
No. There was some dancing involved, but I remember looking back to the only two people in the club who weren't dancing, and Messrs. Evans and Hemsworth I heard Chris saying, but how do you get this bit here?
Fair question. Fair question.
And Chris Hemsworth saying, I don't know, mate, like just work out and stuff. Two brothers in arms.
I was surprised, Shaquille O'Neal
Yes.
in the movie,
Yes.
and it surprised me because I've met him a bunch of times, and he's such a funny guy, and you put him in the movie,
Yes.
to be an actor, and he's funny. He's great.
funnier than any of us.
Yeah.
Swear to God, there's all comedians in the movie. Every time you do a scene, everybody walk away and go, Shaq is funnier than me. He's like the nicest, greatest guy, and we hung out with the Shaq, and we all play basketball, a lot of us, on the set.
That's right. You're a fanatic for basketball.
Yes,
You play it all the time.
all the time. And the Shaq's there, so we were like, let's play ball with Shaq. So we play ball with Shaq, full court, running up and down. Shaq is swatting shots in our face, and we're like, yes! So happy to get
It's an
swatted.
honor to be rejected by Shaq.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, then comes this thing. So we play basketball. We got to get back to the movie set. Shaq has to take a shower. So everyone's like, all right, we'll see you later, Shaq. In my head, I'm like, I got to see Shaq's penis. So it's just not, I can't pass up that opportunity.
For historical reasons.
Yeah, it's not a gay thing. It's just like, got to see that.
Yeah. It's like the Grand Canyon, and you gotta see it. You gotta see it. You can't live and not see it. I get this completely.
Thank you. So my plan was to I hear the shower go on in the back, and I said, all right, I'm just gonna...
In the back of what?
In the locker room.
Oh, I thought you were like in his trailer or something.
No! There's a gym. We play
Oh, okay.
basketball.
All right.
So it's like at a high school, and he's showering away, just not, being the Shaq down there in the showers. Everyone else left. I'm like, all right, let me see that thing. So.
Oh, boy. Let's see it. Here we go.
I go back there, I hear the shower, I kind of turn around backwards and walk backwards a little. Like
Walking backwards because you want to look kind of...
Like I was going to trick him. Like I
Yeah.
just walked backwards and I saw it and I was like, hey, what's up? But no, I'm walking backwards, doing my routine, getting closer to the shower, and then I turn around and I go, all right, I'm going to see Shaq's thing right now. His bodyguard is there. And his bodyguard is just so strong and big and like this thick neck, bald head, and this one eye is looking at me with this one eye. So I said, sorry, I was just trying to see Shaq's penis. I apologize and I'm out of here. Please don't tell Shaq this happened. So I see Shaq later on the set, and I was like, I guarantee that guy ratted me out. So I said, Shaq, sorry about that before with your security guard. And he goes, I don't got a security guard, that was my dick. So, yeah, pretty good, huh?
Most comedians are superstitious.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah.
you think you get that?
I'm not real superstitious. I won't circumnavigate the globe if a black cat crosses my path so I can come home in the other direction or anything like that. But I do carry tuna in the truck. So that I can like spirit him over and then paint him white.
Oh, I see. To get to well, that would make sense.
But yeah, a lot of comics are you know, I used to in the old days when I started out at Yuck Yucks.
Right.
I always get to laugh, Yuck Yucks.
Well, remember when it was just Yucks and it expanded?
Exactly.
Yeah.
It really did. Yeah. Franchised itself. But I remember one night I used to whistle in the dressing room all the time.
Right.
And it drove the other comics crazy because they're very superstitious about that sort of thing. And one night it was raining, and there was a wonderful comic named Lou Dino.
Oh, I know Lou. Sure, yeah, very funny guy.
Well, he was following me that night, and I started whistling in the dressing room, and he started getting upset, so I opened up an umbrella as well, danced around whistling, and he said, you don't do that, man. You just don't do it, okay? It's one of those rules, man. Like that, and I said, the heck with it, man. I went on stage, and I slaughtered. I did the best I've ever done. I got a standing ovation, and when I came back off stage, Lou Dinos was standing there with an open umbrella whistling. Wow.
The day, like the perfect example. It was probably about 3 weeks ago, and I was driving and I realized I was on E. And I hadn't been paying. I don't be paying attention, but I was like, I was on E, and I was like, oh no. So I was about 30 minutes from my house. So I pulled into the gas station and I didn't have my wallet.
Oh.
And I was like, tragedy, right?
Yeah.
So I'm looking and I'm looking. I was like, well, can I call Jada? Then she got to drive 30 minutes to come. And I was like, and I looked over on the other side and I saw a dude. He was like 36 years old. I was like, that dude's a Fresh Prince fan. Right? You can just spot him. You can spot him, right? You can spot him. And I looked, so I kind of rolled the window down. I was like, after a couple minutes, he was like, Will? I was like, yeah, hey, what's up, man? What's up? And he said, hey, man, can I get a picture? I said, yeah, man, I need about $10.
It seems reasonable.
And he was like, really? And he was like really excited. We took the selfie. He lent me the $10. I was like, give me a number, I'll send it back. He was like, dude, no way.
Oh, really?
No way, that's yours. I was like,
we did these sequences, these car chases, and I know he talked a little bit about it last night, but we did a scene in a car. It's driving 80 miles an hour in Cape Town, South Africa. Really, really intense car chase, and Denzel Washington is in the back seat, and he's trying to choke me to death. He's in the back seat. He's just choking the hell out of me, as you do a lot in this film. And the car is zigging and zagging, and it's all over the place. And somehow, some way, I felt the back of my head connect with something tall, dark, and expensive.
Oh.
And yeah, and And we stopped the car, and I looked around, and there was Denzel Washington staring a hole through my face.
Yeah.
And on his face, he had a very large, growing golf ball-sized welt.
You mentioned that.
He did mention that.
Yeah,
I know.
yeah.
I'm aware of
So
that.
you
yeah.
banged his face with your head.
I banged I banged his face very, very hard with my head, which for a young actor, that doesn't feel good. I didn't know what to do in the moment. You know, I didn't know if I should call for help. Not for him, for me. I didn't know what.
Yeah.
Okay, biggest reality check I've had. I'm in Vegas, right? I'm with an athlete friend of mine. And you know, athletes make a lot of money. Right. So we're there, we're hanging out. Keep in mind, he makes more money than me, Jay, so I'm trying to keep up with him.
Sure.
Whatever he does, I'm trying to do,
Right.
okay? So we go to a club, he got a table, so I got a table. He was like, Kev, but we together. I said, so what? I got money too, I want my own table. That's what I told him. I'm gonna spend my own money, I'm a man. Despite my size, I'm grown, okay? So we get there, he got bottles, I wanted to get bottles.
Gotta get bottles.
Yeah, you know, he had women come. I didn't have no women, but at the time I was with my aunt. It was my aunt's birthday.
You had your aunt with you.
I had my aunt with me. It was her birthday. I got the bill. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't like it. You ever get a bill so high you try to put it in the light like it's gonna change? Right. It didn't change. Nothing changed. It was what it was. So I had to talk to myself. I said, Kevin, you know what? Just pay the bill, go to your room, go to sleep. So I go to my room, I go to sleep. And here's why I don't go out with athletes no more. The next morning, I wake up, my friend I was with, he called me. Right. He was like, Kev, last night was crazy. I said, yo, I had a ball. He said, well, guess what? We're gonna do the same thing again tonight. And I was like, you know, I can't go twice because the way that my bank account is set up. Like you ever you ever start explaining your financial situation to people for no reason at all? I said I would go, but the way my account is set up, I gotta checking in the savings, but all the money is in my savings. Right. So I gotta switch it to the checking, but it take 3 business days. Right. I'm not gonna be able to do it at this point in time. That's all. It's true stuff. Yeah. True stuff, Jay. It's true story.
Now, have you got a lot of celebrity friends? You hang?
I got celebrity friends, but it's the same thing. I don't deal with those guys. I don't deal with celebrities either. I've had, once again, reality checks. You know, Mekhi Phifer. I don't know if you guys know Mekhi Phifer.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Mekhi Phifer.
Terrific actor.
Yo, let's talk about a real issue at hand. Trash piling up, it's time to take a stand. From plastic bottles to styrofoam cups, our planet's drowning, it's time to wake up. Garbage trucks roll, streets lined with waste, but where does it go? It's not a race to the landfill, a mountain of despair. But we can change course, show that we care. Trash talk, it's more than just words. It's about actions, the change we deserve. Reduce, reuse, recycle. That's the plan for a cleaner, greener earth. Let's take a stand. Trash talk, it's more than just words. It's about actions, the change we deserve. Reduce, reuse, recycle. That's the plan for a cleaner, greener earth. Let's take a stand. Single-use plastics, they gotta go. From straws to bags, it's time to say no. Bring your own cup, your own tote bag. Small steps add up, let's not lag. Sorting all waste is not that tough. Recycling centers, that's where it's rough. Separate paper, glass and cans. Give them a new life, that's the plan. Trash talk, it's more than just words. It's about actions, the change we deserve. Reduce, reuse, recycle. That's the plan for a cleaner, greener earth. Let's take a stand. But it's not just about the stuff we toss. It's about the mindset, there's no loss. Composting food waste, it's a win. Turning scraps to soil, let's begin. Educate the masses, from young to old. The future's at stake, let the story unfold. For the sake of our planet, our home sweet home. Let's clean up our acts, together we roam. Trash talk, it's more than just words. It's about actions, the change we deserve. Reduce, reuse, recycle. That's the plan for a cleaner, greener earth. Let's take a stand.
Great actor.
Yeah.
Good friend of mine, okay? This is the biggest reality check I've ever been hit with in my life. Mekhi calls me. He says, Kev, my son's birthday party is Saturday. He said, you want to come to the party? I said, cool. He said, bring your daughter. That's why I'm inviting you. I said, all right. I get there. It's at Disneyland. Him and his son are out front. He got his son hand. I don't see nobody else at the park. Right. So I'm like, dude, I thought you said it was a party. He said, it is. It's just us. I bought the park out for the day. And I said, okay, what you mean you bought the park out? Like it's still people in the park? He said, no, it's just us. Like, we got it for like 8 hours. So I said, you know, before I go in, did you pay for this already, or are you looking for help? Because I'm not. No, I'm serious. I'm not in a position where I can help you because the way that the way that my bank account is set up, you know, I got the checking and the savings, but all the money is in my savings.
Yeah, right.
You know, I just didn't want to bounce, you know.
I know Dwayne Wade. He's a friend of yours. Isn't he?
Yes.
He was talking about you.
Dwayne Wade is another good friend of mine.
Yeah.
Dwayne tried to mess up my life.
Yeah.
Dwayne, he did. No. Dwayne tried to make me buy a boat. I don't even have a house. I said, hey, man. I told him. I told him that. I said, hey, I don't have a house. I don't think this is a good purchase. He's like, you should just get it.
Right.
I was like, no, I would, but the way that my bank account is set up, it's a checking and a savings. But all the money is in my savings, right? I can't transfer it out my savings that fast.
It's 3 business days.
Yeah, 3 business days. I got to call.
Yeah.
I don't want to be on the phone that long.